Hey guys, welcome to this channel weekly, and today we'll be talking an interesting topic, what HTTP version 3. Before we know what is this version, we should have a basic understanding of what is HTTP. HTTP is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Basically, it's a network protocol. It defines how the browser talks to the web servers. So when you say the browser talking to the web server, it is that you open a browser, you enter an URL there, and then when you click the enter button, there is some communication happening between the browser and to the web server. After which we get the data loaded and we are able to see the web pages. So this network protocol defines how the browser talks to the server. Now when it talks to the server, there are different things happening in it. So the main thing we should understand is the transport layer, where you have the transmission control protocol or UDP, user datagram protocol. So these are the protocols which ensures that the data is being sent and received. But there is a difference between the TCP and the UDP. TCP, as said, is an transmission control protocol. It is a reliable protocol which is connection oriented, it is ordered, and it is having an acknowledging sequence. In the other way, UDP is unreliable, it is connectionless, it is unordered, and there is no acknowledgement. So what do you mean by TCP are reliable? Reliable means that if some data goes missing during the transfer, that might be of different causes, like it might be because of a hardware failure, it might be because of a congestion, it might be because of some timeout. The receiving end can detect that and can demand the sending end to resend the missing data. This is how you are having the reliable. So, and also it is connection oriented. Ordered in the sense, uh, the data is received in an order that it was transmitted. Like if you are sending 1 2 3 4, then it receives 1 2 3 4. On the other way around, there is UDP. UDP is a very lightweight protocol, and basically it is unreliable. So normally it is used for one to many multicast applications, streaming applications such as voice and video, wherein if you miss a data or a packet in that, it won't make that much difference. So normally for the secure connections and the for connections which has to be ordered, we normally use TCP. Before we go further, we will talk about the HTTP versions, how the HTTP has evolved from 1 2 and now how it gonna work in version 3. In HTTP version 1, there were many limitations. That is, for every request there are different TCP connections. This means uh, requesting the file, waiting for the response, downloading the file, and then requesting the next one. So it was like very sequential. So what happens is that the load time of the page was very high, and that was addressed in the HTTP version 2 with the help of multiplexing. With the multiplexing, there would be only one connection which would able to handle all the files that has to be loaded on the browser, and then it made life easier, so that what we are doing right now is an HTTP2 connection. However, over a period of time, there are some disadvantages with the TCP also. TCP requires a number of round trips between the client and server to establish the connection. So here comes the new version, HTTP version 3. In this version, the HTTP won't be using the TCP anymore. So it is something, it uses a protocol layer on top of UDP. So what was happening till HTTP2 is TCP, though having the advantages of reliability, ordering, acknowledgement and all those stuff, but it is having a problem of round trips between the client and server to establish the connection. For example, using SSL or TCP requires subsequent round trips to establish the encrypted connection. So Google started working on an experimental network protocol named QUIC, and QUIC is Quick UDP Internet Connections. The main disadvantage of TCP, as discussed, are uh, round trips and the latency. So it uses the UDP protocol where it removes the disadvantages of the TCP and reinstates the reliability and ordering that TCP has. And they started calling it as HTTP over QUIC. So QUIC reinstates the reliability and ordering that TCP has without introducing the same number of round trips and latency. For example, if a client is connecting to a server, the client can send important encryption data with the very first packet, enabling the server to resurrect the old connection, using the same encryption as previously negotiated without requiring any additional round trips. So this is how the QUIC has able to manage the advantages of TCP as well as uh, the lightweight version of incorporating the lightweight of the UDP. So after the experimentation and with various stakeholders negotiation, now the HTTP3 will have QUIC as an essential and integral feature and uses QUIC as its network protocol. So this is a summarized version of what HTTP3 is. Subscribe to this channel. We'll be talking more about blockchain, IoT and artificial intelligence, and how do you get the funding for those. So it'll be like a tutorial of around 20 to 25 videos. I request everyone to subscribe to this channel and also click the bell icon so that we are always in touch. Thank you very much. Sayonara.